Feet comfortably under the hips, lifting all through the back of the head. So lengthening the spine, lifting the heart, shoulders. Just do a couple shoulder rolls so we can kind of loosen our shoulders. So just bring the shoulders forward, up, back, and down a couple times as we breathe. And the next time they go down, you can leave them there, let them relax. And that kind of automatically lifts our heart. And we can just let the tailbone drop. And we'll do a little bit of breathing and grounding with our heel lifts. But let's bring our arms into it by lifting our arms forward and up as we lift our heels on the inhale. And then letting the arms float down by our side as we lower the heels on our exhale. So just a little bit of an arm circle here. So inhale, float the heels up, coming up onto the balls of the feet. And exhale, float the arms down. Good, nice full breath as we lift. Exhale down. Starting to breathe more evenly, more deeply. Lifting up. And lowering down one more time. Good, coming up a little higher maybe. And exhaling down. Let your arms relax. Whatever side you want to start with, you're going to turn that knee in, lift it up, circle it around, and bring it back down. So little knee circle with the lift, right? Turn it in, lift it up, circle it around and down. I'm not graceful on that side. So making a little circle with the knee, kind of loosening up our hip joint. Breathe. Try to be more graceful than I am. More even. When you're even on both sides, you can just let your legs relax and bring your legs into a bit of a straddle with your heels slightly in, and just kind of sit into a little bit of a squat here. Just find whatever feels good to you so you can hang out there, right? We sort of engage our lower body a little bit, and we do that. And then start by lifting your left heel, lifting your right heel, putting the left heel down, putting the right heel down, lifting your right heel, lifting your left heel, right heel down, left heel down, and then lift both heels up and down, and up and down. Just kind of coming up onto the balls of the feet, up and down, and just leave your heels down. Bring your arms forward, palms down, and reach your arms forward like you're kind of trying to reach for something, opening up the back, and then pull your elbows back, kind of squeeze your shoulder blades together, right? So just reach forward as you inhale, kind of feel that stretch in the back. Exhale, pull back. Don't let the shoulders come up to the ears, right? Inhale, reach. Exhale, squeeze shoulder blades. One more. Inhale and exhale. Now stay here. Lift your hands up so we're in goal post. Right? And then just let one arm come forward, so forearms parallel to the ground. Lift other arm forward and switch. So just alternating that rotation of our shoulder, right? Parallel to the ground and then lift back up. Breathe. Good. And then both arms up. Stay here. Inhale. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Keep going a couple more. Twist on the exhale. And back to center. Twist. And back to center. Good. Let your one arm come down by your side, and you might put it on your hip or just leave it on your leg. And we're just going to do a side stretch over whatever side you want to start with. Reach and bring it back. And stretch that arm and bring it back. Stretch. And we heard a crack. Good. Bring it back. Switch side. So Stretching over and back. Reach. Little side stretch. Good. And reach. And bring it back. Good. And let your arms relax. Straighten the legs. Bring the legs together so they're parallel again. And we're going to do a little, just to get our heart rate going, or just to get ourselves warmed up a little bit. You're going to step one foot out and bring it back, right? Just step it out and bring it back. Good. Your arms might come into it a little bit. Just make it a little stylish, right? Like you're on stage. It doesn't matter. Whatever you feel like doing with your arms. Good. And then we'll switch sides when we come back. Now, this side's going to be clumsy for me. Back. Step it out and bring it back. Out and bring it back. And breathe. Good. Out and back. Out. And last one. Reminds me of my aerobics days. Okay, come back to center. Just circle the hips. Nice and big. Good. And the other direction, letting your hips go, letting the joints move around. All right, and then we'll go ahead and come to our end of our mat, or wherever you want to be here. And then just take an inhale. As we exhale, letting our head, shoulders, arms relax, knees might bend a little bit as we roll down and hang. And just let your knees bend and straighten a little bit here. Good. And then what we're going to do is, with our knees bent, we're going to just kind of roll up a little bit so we're about halfway up, and place our hands on top of our thighs. And then you're going to flatten your back and look forward. So the knees are bent a little bit, and you're just going to lift the tailbone, look forward. Yeah, and then let yourself relax and stack your spine all the way up. Good. And again, roll down, inhale, exhale, roll down. And again, just hang for a moment here. Maybe letting your knees bend and straighten. Then we'll walk our hands away from our feet, coming into pike or down dog, and letting our fingers be spread wide. Let the knees be slightly bent. Lift the tailbone, and letting the body just kind of move around as it wants to here, as we stretch our heels down. Lifting that tailbone so we get nice stretch through the back, lower back, especially body. And then you might rock forward and back if that feels good to you. Side to side. Then we'll take our feet a little farther from our hands a little farther from our feet, lowering down part way or all the way into plank. Take some breaths here. Whatever feels good to you. Your hips can be up or they can be level. Breathe. And then lowering down to the mat. You can bring your knees under you if you want to come down. Bring ourselves around to our back with our feet close to our hips, lined up with our sits bones. Here. Just let your arms be by your side. Kind of relax your body. All right, take a nice deep breath. And then as we exhale, we're going to feel our tailbone curl up, peel our spine off of the mat, one bone at a time, to a bridge. Adjust the feet as needed. Relax the shoulders, press the hips up. Take a breath. And then next exhale, hold the hips up as we melt down, bone at a time. Articulate our spine, relax as you inhale at the bottom. Again, peeling off the mat on our exhale. At the top of our bridge, we're going to press that right hip up. Let your left hip drop just a little bit and exhale down. Holding the hips and the legs up there till the end. You want your legs to not move around. Good. Back to center as we inhale. Exhale up the center. At the top, we press that left hip up. Let our right hip drop just a little bit, and we exhale down. So bridges with a hip tilt. We want to just isolate the pelvis. And when we come back down, take an inhale. Exhale up the center. Good. And then taking a nice deep breath, holding the hips up, melt the spine down on your exhale. Hips come down last. Good. And then when our hips come down, let your body relax so we have our neutral spine. So your pelvis is neutral, level, right? And you're just going to lift your hips about 2 inches off the mat. Bring your arms up, shoulders relaxed with your arms up, arms relaxed too, not locked. Do a little march. So float one foot off the ground as you exhale, put it down as you inhale, right? Float your other foot off as you exhale. See if you can hold your pelvis still as possible as you do this little march, right? Just pick up one foot. One side's going to be a little different than the other, or in my case, a lot different than the other. Good. And then when you're even on both sides, go ahead and just lower your hips down to the mat. Keep your arms up. Right? All right. And then on our inhale, we're going to gently pull our low back into the mat. Just kind of imprint that spine. Exhale, right knee up. Inhale, bring the foot down. Exhale, left knee up. Inhale, foot down. So gently pulling the low back toward mat, relaxing our shoulders. Now we're doing this march, right? It's a different march. Doing it with your arms, shoulders nice and relaxed on the ground. And then if you feel like you can pick up the pace and you want to, you can go ahead and quicken that march, right? You can make it a little faster. As long as your shoulders are relaxed and you're coming from your center, right? Using your exhale to lift. So we're just moving our legs, however quick or slow. And then whatever leg is up, bring your other leg up to meet it. Hug your knees, relax your body for a moment. Just like let it rock around a little bit. Yeah, feel your low back relax. And then bringing our feet back onto the mat. This away here. Bring your feet onto your mat, hands behind your head. So clasp hands. We're going to bring our, let's bring whatever leg is forward of the screen to the screen. Bring that knee into tabletop. Good. And then we're going to inhale, lift that elbows a little bit. On our exhale, we're going to press our head and shoulders up. Turn to the left, to the side that the leg is up, right? So you just want to feel a little rotation in your upper back. Come back to center. and lower down. Press up. Little rotation to that side, toward that knee that's up. Back to center, lower down. Exhale, press up and rotate. Inhale, center and down. Exhale, press up and rotate. Inhale, center. Lie down, put your foot down, and then your leg that's to the back of the mat, toward the back of the mat, lift that leg up. Same thing. Inhale, exhale, press up, rotate to look back over that elbow. Inhaling, center and down. Exhale up and turn to look past that elbow. Inhale, center and down. Exhale up. Rotate. Rotation in our upper spine. Inhale down. Exhale up. Rotate. Come back to center and lower down. Good. Now we're going to bring our both legs up into the tabletop position. And then we're just going to do the same thing, only alternating. Inhale, exhale, press up, extend your back leg and rotate toward your front. Bring it center, lower down. Press up on the exhale, extending the leg that's in front, turn to look back. Bring everything center and lower down. Keep going, keeping your legs in a nice straight line as they reach out. Inhale down, exhale, stretch out, rotate. Inhale, center, lie down. Exhale, stretch out, rotate. Really stretch through that leg that's reaching out. Taking that little break in between, right? Press up. Inhale, center. Going until we're even on both sides. And then when you're at that point, come center, relax down, but just keep your legs up there. Just take a little break. Inhale, exhale, press head and shoulders up, and then relaxing our legs here. You might cross your ankles if you want. You're going to bring your knees towards your head as you exhale, right? So lifting the hips just a little bit off the mat, using our low belly muscles as we exhale. Really try to relax the legs so they're not doing any of the work at all. Right, just the lower belly. Get a stretch in the tailbone. All right, and then just let your head and shoulders relax down, hug your knees, take a little rest. It's been a while. I'll try to take it easy. All right, so we want to bring our legs up again with the knees above the hips, heels together, toes, knees pointed apart, out. Keep those heels together, arms out from our shoulders on the ground. Take your legs over to one side, anchoring your shoulders as you inhale and exhale them back. So we're doing a little twist with our legs in frog, right? Inhale to the other side. And using our exhale to lift back to the top. Inhale to the side. And exhale up. Inhale to the side. Exhale. It should feel good in your low back and hips, hopefully. Take it aside and lift. A little work for our obliques. Now, when we're even on both sides, we come back to the top. Stay there. Bend elbows to clasp your hands behind your head again. Inhale, lift your head and shoulders. Exhale, open into a straddle. So we open the legs out, point the toes, flex the feet, bring the heels together, lie back down. Good. Inhale, press up. Exhale, open the legs one more time into that straddle. Point the toes, flex the feet, bring the heels together, lie back down. On the inhale, we pull our heels in as close to us as we can, Exhale, stretch the legs out as you press up. Whatever angle works for you. Point the toes, flex the feet, lie back down as you inhale. Pull the heels in. Exhale, press up and reach to the heels. Point the toes, flex, bend, and lie back down as you inhale. Really breathe. We're going to add to that. Exhale, press up, point the toes, open the legs apart, flex the feet, bring the legs together, bend and lie back down. One more piece to it. Exhale, press up as you stretch out, point, open legs apart, flex, legs come back together, bend the knees, lie back down, pull it in. Exhale, press up, point, open legs apart, flex, heels back together, bend as you lie back down. Nice deep breath. Exhale, press up as you stretch out, point the toes. We're going to stay lifted, open the legs apart, circle them up and back together at the top. So make sure you're externally rotated, heels together. Lower down, point the toes, open the legs, circle them back around, flex the feet as you bring them together. One more time. Lower down, point, open apart, circle back around to the top, flex, feet together, lower down, bend the knees, lie back down onto your back. Hug your knees. Good. Just let your body relax. Okay, we're going to open our knees apart, grab our feet, and come into like a happy baby. Just kind of rock your body around, side to side. If you can grab your feet. If you can't grab your feet, you grab somewhere else. But we want to open our knees apart, right? We're going to kind of open up the hips a bit. And then maybe straddling the legs, maybe kind of straightening them out more, side to side. For the back, you feel that little massage there. And then we'll come center, bring our feet together, hold on to your left foot, stretch your right arm and leg out, reach through your heel, reach through that arm on the ground. Pull your right side together, stretch your left arm and leg, flex the foot, stretch that side. Reach both arms and both legs out. So feet flexed. We're going to do a side to side stretch. Just reach through one side and then the other. Feeling that nice movement of our hips and shoulders, and stretch the side body. Good. And then relax. Sweep your arms down. Wedge your hands under the low back. Or another way if you want to come up, right? Roll up to sitting. Up a different way if you prefer. Okay, so we come to the top. We bring our legs out in front of us. Lift our sits bones. Bring the pelvis forward. Take a little stretch here. Always remember that if the pelvis doesn't come forward first, make sure your knees are bent or make sure you're sitting on something, right? So that you can lift your hips up a little more. The knees bent works too. A little stretch. And then we'll sit tall. Here we might start with our legs a little bent, just to make sure we can get our spine nice and straight and tall. And then once we do that, how straight do our legs go? How close to the ground? Doesn't matter, but wherever you can, wherever they go, arms straight out, palms down. So we're going to just work on lifting our spine nice and tall with our arms. So inhale, lift tall as you lift left arm up by your ear. So lengthen the spine as you lift the arm and then bring it back. Lengthen the spine as the right arm goes up and bring it back. Okay, kind of relax when you bring the arm back, and then again, lengthen and lift the left arm up. So we lift the spine and then bring the arm back. Lift the spine as the right arm comes up. You're going to feel your back muscles, right? And bring it back. Now both arms. Lift the spine, both arms up by the ears and bring them back. One more. Lengthen the spine, lift, and bring it back. Might be more stressful on your legs. Okay, then when you bring your arms back, face the palms towards each other. Keep that spine lengthening tall and take your left arm out, follow it back into a twist. So as far back as it goes, and then bring it forward. Lengthen the spine, take your right arm out, follow it back. However far you can go, whatever you can do here, it doesn't matter. And then bring it back to face forward. And then go ahead and just relax your arms and maybe shake the legs out a little bit. Okay, we're going to bend our knees. Bend our knees at that half bend with our hands behind our thighs. Good. Inhale, lifting tall, relaxing our shoulders. On our exhale, curling our tailbone and rounding that low back. Right? And then you're just going to kind of climb up your legs and find your sacrum. Where's the sacrum? When it hits the ground, stop there. Inhale, and then pull yourself back up, walking up your legs and back the spine. We just use our arms to kind of warm up, right? Inhale tall, exhale, and get the feeling of it. So curling under, walking our hands up the legs as we round back into our sacrum, or a little bit farther maybe. Inhale and walk back up as we come up on our exhale. And then maybe reaching our arms forward. Inhale, exhale, shoulders relax as we curl our tailbone under us, round back to our sacrum. And now lift your arms by your ears. Reach them forward as you inhale and exhale up. Just going back as far as you are able to, right? Whatever that is. Okay, inhale. Tall, exhale, curl the tailbone under, again, rounding back. How far do you think you should go? And then lift your arms. And then reach forward. And exhale up. That's hard work. The arms make it a lot harder. Okay, so, and then one more. Inhale, tall. Exhale, round back. Maybe you can go a little farther. Maybe not. Lift the arms, reach forward, exhale up. Your arms have a little break. And then we'll just do a few roll-ups, and we're warmed up as you like them. So however you like to do it. Exhale back. You like to straighten your legs as you go back, like I do. Bring your arms up. You might sweep them around to help you back up on your exhale, and let your legs bend as you come up. Oh, getting warm. So I just like to let everybody do it however it works for you. You might not go all the way back. You might go all the way back. You might like your arms to circle around to help you come up, right? Sweep around and come up that way. But just do like a couple, maybe one more. So one more time, right? At your own pace. Take off this jacket. That time, it's spring. Now, when you come up from the one that you're on, take your time, but when you come up to the top, we're going to straighten our legs out in front. And we're just going to add a little a little bit more challenge, but you don't have to roll all the way back, okay? So you're gonna reach arms forward, lift your whatever leg is forward of the screen. Just lift that leg up a little bit as you inhale, roll back on your exhale, and as far back as you wanna go, you might go all the way. Good, inhale to come up, exhale up. When you come up, you're gonna turn towards that leg, do a little twisty, bring it back, and lower down. Lift the other leg as you inhale. Exhale, roll back. Inhale, exhale, roll up. When we come up, we twist toward that leg. Rotate. Back to center, lower down. Let's just do 2 more. So lift, exhale, roll back. Inhale, exhale, roll up. Twist toward the leg. And back, lower down. 1 more. Inhale, exhale, shoulders are relaxed as we roll back. Good. Exhale up. Rotate toward that leg. Bring it center, lower down. Now when you come to center, stretch over your legs. Let's actually bring our legs into a diamond or butterfly, right? So we have a half bend in the legs, and we're going to stretch over the legs here. It's a nice sacrum stretch. Just let your body relax forward here. Just having a bend in the legs really gets into the sacrum nicely. We're going to get you that good stretch in the sacrum. And then sitting up in this position, just leave your legs where they are. Just kind of circle the rib cage around. So kind of isolating the ribs a little bit in the upper body, just do a little circle. And the other direction. All right, and come center. And then let your legs straighten out in front. If you want to use a strap or a band, hook it around right foot. Or if you want to use your hands, right, grab hold, lift it up, give it a stretch. And then we'll come onto our back with the leg in the air. A little stretch here. Feel free to bend and straighten the leg. Moving the foot, right? Flex, roll through the foot. If you want to just kind of point and flex or sort of roll through that foot. Tilt your foot side to side. And getting the leg as straight as we can with our foot flexed. We're going to take it slowly across the body till we find that stretch, right? Find a place where your knee wants to bend. Stop and breathe. You can be holding on to your legs with your leg with your hands as well. You don't have to have a strap or a band to do this. But it's nice, it's helpful. And then lifting that leg up, opening it out to the side, keeping our other hip on the ground. You can always bend that leg if you like, with your knee open out to the side. And then lifting our leg up, we're going to lunge on the ceiling, which means we're just going to pull our knee down towards our armpit, really stretch through the standing leg, kind of feel that stretch in your hip flexors, and lift, straighten the leg, rock yourself up, lowering your leg, grabbing hold of your strapper band if you're using one. Rock up. And we'll switch to the left leg or whichever leg you didn't do. Okay, so lift it up, stretch towards you. And we'll come onto our back. Little bend and straighten, or whatever feels good to you to stretch this leg, really stretching through the leg that's on the mat. Moving our foot. Side to side. And then getting the leg as straight as we can, foot flex, taking it across the body, finding that stretch there and breathing into it. One thing about this stretch is you always feel it. It doesn't matter if you do it every day. You're still going to feel it if you're doing it right. You're going to really feel it all the way through the hip, up the leg. All right, and then lifting it up and opening out to the side with our other hip on the ground. You can always bend that knee and open it out to the side if you prefer. You can keep it straight. Good. And then lifting the leg up, and then like we're lunging on our back, we pull that knee down towards our armpit. Sole of the foot facing the ceiling, reaching through your other leg. Good. And straighten and let our body rock up, holding on as we lower that leg. Oh. And then we'll remove strapper band if you've got it and take hold of your first leg again. We're going to come back to this position with our hand either on the thigh or on the calf, depending on where you can reach. And then we're going to go into a slow bicycle. So you're going to draw your other foot up, extend it up, that leg up as you stretch your first leg down. And then draw it up, extend. And just kind of focusing on our stretch here. And if you feel like you're pretty stretched out, right, your legs are pretty stretched out, you're going to extend one leg up and one leg down, hands behind the head, lift your head and shoulders, and we'll bicycle, right, without the support of our hands. So doing the splits, bottom leg bends, extends, first leg goes down. Leg bends, other leg goes down. So nice big bicycle. Try to relax your head in your hands. You can always use a bolster for this, right? You can always have something under your head or your shoulders. And then we're going to reverse next time we get into the splits. Our top leg bends, bottom leg comes up, that leg slides down, top knee bends, bottom leg comes up. Doing the splits. Doing the splits as best as you can. If you can't do the splits, doesn't matter, just bicycle, right? Breathe. And then we'll bring both legs up. So whatever leg is up, draw the other leg up, relax, and hug your knees into your chest. Rock your body. Oh. All right, and let's just stretch our body out, arms over our head, legs together, clasp your hands or whatever, just kind of bring your arms together, roll your body onto your side, whichever side you want to start with. And then we're gonna glue our legs together. And we're gonna just start with the legs only. So inhale as we exhale, lift the legs, inhale, lower, exhale, lift. Keeping them tight together, however high they go. Exhale, lift, inhale, lower, exhale, lift. Breathe. And then when our legs come down, we'll do the top half, right? Inhale, exhale, press your head up, your head and your torso, your head and your shoulders. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, press up. Inhale, lower down. Just using your bottom arm to press up, right? Notice how notice the different muscles you feel on this half, right? And then we'll put it together. So when we lower down, inhale, exhale, press up, both legs lift. Inhale, lower down, exhale, press up. Inhale, lower down. Good. Inhale down, exhale up. One more. Good. Good. And relax down. Good. Let your, taking our top leg, just lift a little bit, bend the knee, try to bring it to like a 90-degree angle with your knees lined up, right? And without letting the hips move, we're going to open that knee to the ceiling and then bring it parallel. It doesn't have to be exactly lined up with your other knee, but basically try to feel like it is. Open and then parallel. Open. It's kind of like clam, right? Very similar. Open. Same idea. Try not to roll back on the hip. Okay, and then when we're parallel, now we're going to take your bottom leg slightly forward, just kind of scooch it forward a little bit to help us balance. And you're going to pull that top knee back. So your leg is bent. Pull the top knee back. Try not to let your hips try to roll off your hip. Good. And then bring it back to where it was. And then pull that knee back. So think of pulling your knee back and then bring it back. And this time we're going to pull the knee back. Stay there. Unbend the leg. So extend it back. And then bend it. So focusing on pulling the knee back as you straighten the leg behind you and then bend the knee, right? Straighten and bend. So feel like you're sort of reaching back as you straighten a little bit more. Reaching, it's an active hip flexor stretch, okay? Reaching back. This time we're going to reach back, stay there with your legs straight, and you know the bottom leg that's in front, we're going to lift and lower it. Lift, lift, lift. And if you need to move it forward more, that's fine, doesn't matter. Just so you feel balanced, you can be in this position, right? Stacked hips. Good. Lift, lift. You're reaching that back leg. Good. Little lift of that forward leg. Good. And then let it relax. Bend both legs and let them relax together. And then we'll come up onto our elbow. So from here, on the elbow under our shoulder, straighten your top leg again. Really pressing into the ground. Bring our top arm. We're going to bring our top arm back and palm facing up, just slightly behind us. And we're going to lift it up and we're going to sort of rainbow it forward, slightly in front of us, and touch. Good. Really feeling like you're really got a strong arm on this elbow here that you're on. Open, rainbow to the back, lift, and then coming slightly forward, touch down. You should feel a nice stretch in your shoulder. Lift. Now, if you want to add the hips, As we bring our arm up, we lift our hips, touch down, lift, lower as our arm goes back, lift. Now this is optional. You can keep your hips down if you want. Lift, lower, lift, touch down, lift, lower, lift, and breathe. Good. And the next time your arm goes back and your hips lower, go ahead and come up, bend your knees, and take a little side stretch. We'll take a little hip stretch by crossing that top leg over. And if you want, you can just stack your legs, fold forward, or come into a seated hip stretch like this, or a figure four, whatever feels good to you, whatever you like to do to stretch your hip. You might roll your shoulders and move your head around. Yeah, just take a moment to stretch that hip a little bit. And then we'll come up and onto our other side by rolling onto our back, bringing our arms over our head, legs together, arms together, and roll your body onto your other side. And you know, this top arm, you might just put your hand on the ground in front of you, legs tight together. Inhale, exhale, lift the legs. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift the legs and lower. So our head is relaxing at this point. We're just lifting and lowering our legs and breathing. And then with our legs down, we'll focus on the top half. Exhale, press up. Inhale, lower down. Exhale, press up. Inhale, lower down. Press up. Good. And breathe. Feel your torso muscles here, right? And then we'll put it together. Inhale, exhale, everything up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, up. Keep those legs tight together. Blow it up and down. You could look at it as a side sit-up. And then next time we lower, you can relax and bend your top leg. Bring your bottom leg slightly forward, just at an angle, just a little bit. And then this top leg, the hip stays in line with the knee, right? You're going to open the knee to the ceiling and then bring it parallel a few times. So just kind of open and close, open and close. Feel your external rotators working. Good. And then when you're back to parallel, pull the leg back as much as you can without pulling your hip off. Keep those hips in line, right? And then bring it back and then pull it back again. And bring it back. Should feel good in the front of your thigh. Pull it back and stay there. And then extend the leg and bend. So you feel like you're, I'm going to move forward here. Feel like you're really reaching the toes back and then bend. Reaching long and bend. Stretching out and bend. And I have my hand on my hip because I want to make sure my hips are staying stacked. So you can do that if you want. You want to really stretch that leg back. And then you're going to keep it reaching back. You might need to bring your bottom leg a little farther forward for this. Lift and lower that bottom leg. Little lift. Support yourself with your hand on the ground. It's like a giant scissors, and your your legs are in a scissor, right? And your back leg's really reaching back. You're just going to float that forward leg up and down. Breathe. All right, then relax your legs, bend the knees, bring your legs together. Come up onto the elbow. Elbow under the shoulder. Make sure you're really using your shoulder to press into the mat, rib cage lifted, straighten your top leg. This arm's going to go back, palm facing up. You're going to rainbow it over and touch down just in front of you. Up, rainbow it back. Palm up, lift. Feeling a nice stretch in your shoulder. And then if you want to add the hip lift, lifting up, touching down in front, lifting up, lowering down and back, lifting up, down, lifting up, lowering back. It's a little bit of a diagonal with our arm, back and front. Strong arm that's supporting us on the mat. And then next time we lift, lower down, go ahead and bring yourself up to sitting. Wherever your legs want to be, take a side stretch. And then we'll take a moment for a little hip stretch, however you like to do that. This side I like to figure 4 stretch, but whatever feels good to you. I'm going to take a moment to, I'll be right back, keep stretching. It's just too hot for the heat to kick in. Okay, and then we're going to come on to our all fours. Heat kicking in. So come on to your all fours. If you need padding under your hands or your knees, of course, do whatever you need to do. And just start by rounding the spine, curling the tailbone under, pressing the hips back, and then lifting up and arch. Coming through neutral, rounding, curling tailbone under, pressing back, up, and arch. We're going to add to this. So we're going to round, press our hips back, tuck your toes, lift up, float the knees, lower the knees, and arch. And coming through neutral, we round, press back. Make sure the toes are tucked, lift up, float the knees, maybe press the hips up into pike. Bring our knees back, lower down, and again, round, roll the tailbone, press back, nice and flowing, right? Lift up, float the knees, press the hips up, bring the knees back, lower down, and arch. Let's do that one more time. Rounding, pressing back, lifting up, float the knees. If you want to press the hips up, press the hips up. Bring it back the way we came, lower down, and arch. All right. We're going to come onto our belly. Down with our elbows under our shoulders. What do you think, Jake? I don't know if you can see my cat, but he's watching us exercise. Okay, so letting your pelvis relax, start with. And then with our palms face down, slowly straightening our arms, maybe changing your arm position if you need to, but draw the shoulders down. Okay, press up. Good. Baby swan or baby cobra, right? And then looking at our belly, down, letting our low back, our upper back get a little bit of a stretch here, rounding. And then looking forward and bringing head in line with spine. We're going to let our arms slide out. Good. And then pressing the front of your pelvis into the mat, reach and lift your right arm and left leg, lower down. Reach and lift left arm and right leg, and lower down. So alternating, focusing on that lengthening out and lifting up. Lengthening out and then lifting up. And then we're going to lift both arms, both legs, reach and float off the ground. Good. Hover. Bring your arms out from your shoulders. Point your palms towards your feet. Reach back and lift a little higher. So feel your shoulders roll back. Shoulder blades kind of pull together here in this position, dart. And lower down, take a moment. And then again, looking forward, reaching back, you're going to lift up, pull the shoulders back, bring your arms back out from your shoulders the way we came, back over our head and pull your elbows into your waist. So pulling those elbows in, floating our arms off the ground here, stay here, breathe. And lower down. With our arms on the ground, we're going to lengthen head and chest out and up as high as we can. And we can't go any higher. We're going to press ourselves up with our arms. Taking a little bit more back extension. And lower down. And then this time we'll do it and come up to our knees. So lengthen out and up and press into the ground and come up all the way to our knees. Stretch back to the heels. And then coming up around to sitting. Sit however you like. You might sit with your legs crossed. You might be able to sit in a straddle if you can sit in a straddle or diamond legs. Right, a little bit of a straddle, both arms out. And just taking a moment to do a little saw here. So anchoring our hips, we're going to twist, stretch for that opposite foot. Lifting up, rotate. If your legs are in a straddle, you're reaching for your foot. But if that's not possible, you're still going to stretch out, right? So you're going to rotate and reach across. And lift up tall, rotate, and breathe. Maybe using your back hand to press you forward. Anchoring the hips. Right, and then whenever you feel pretty stretched out, or at least you're even on both sides, you can land at the top and just give your shoulders a little Shake her a little bit of a roll, maybe circle your head a little bit. All right, well, thank you guys for coming. I'm gonna hit the button here.